typing.
You ended your sentence absolutely perfect. I thought I was going to get you.
I knew it was coming. I was like, I'm going to stop right there.
Well, everybody, welcome on this Tuesday evening to, I guess we can call this our sports show for right now. Since just the four of us, Ed has not shown up. So, everybody, welcome. This is our sports show. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about something real quick just to go ahead and get this started. I had a whole plan made out for some college football talk. I had to scrap all that after the news that came out today. We're going to talk about that more. But first off, welcome to the other friends that have joined me today. We got Patrick, Eric, and Donnie. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing well.
Not too bad. I'm here.
And I said that's more we can say for one person who did not join. So
that's right.
Well, I mean, not everyone has their priorities in order.
Never do.
It was late last night.
They're already starting. Go Pokes.
You know what? I don't care. I'm still saying
Mike. Come on, Mike. Don't get that started.
No,
right now, we have a situation there where it's no Pokes, no mo.
I mean, there's still Pokes, Donnie. It's just that
not for the coach, Pokes.
Not for the coach, but I said we will discuss about that. But first, before we begin, the show is sponsored.
Sorry. New rule changes for the Canadian Football League. I'm like, dang it, Joe, don't get us started on a whole other thing right now because we already deep in the weeds in a lot of things. Now you want Canadian football rule changes? Come on.
Well, we'll add that to the Monday show.
Exactly.
You got to respect my burner account.
I mean, I absolutely do. So, yes, this is a sponsored show, sponsored by Old Fort Baseball Company. Guys, if you want some quality baseball shirts, quality hats, this is the place to go. Absolutely love everything that I've gotten from them. I've got two shirts, the Support Local Craft Baseball shirt and the blue Support Local Baseball shirt. Love them, wear them all the time. Even get some comments on them, and they're all good comments. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I really don't want to pay full price. And you know what? I understand. Well, the good thing is you don't have to. Nope. Because with the certain code, and what code is that, Mr. Prospector?
That is code Dad Hat, Mr. Producer.
With that code, you get 15% off of your purchase. Not 10, not 5, not 20, sadly, but 15. That's still a good amount. And see, that's another great shirt like there. See, I like that one.
Yeah, this one was a nice one. I like this. I got to get it off of this board and start wearing it some.
Did it come on the board like that?
No. I said so. This was hanging back there with the other one, which I need to change the other one out.
I like.
Is that the Supreme service that you get by getting it on the board like that? You know,
I just wrap it around a picture frame to hang it.
I like how insulted he was when you asked if the board came with it.
No, man, I'm all about doing things, creativity.
But see, that's not all from Old Fort Baseball Club.
Nope.
There's more?
There is more. They have a sticker club, believe it or not. And as Donnie, can you please hold up that placard for a minute?
Yep.
So each month, you get stickers from them, and they'll even have little QR codes for each one and what they're related to. And, of course, we have a Broken Bat Baseball Club down at the bottom left, and that's Ed's Sandlot team.
Yep. Got the first Broken Bat Baseball Club sticker.
That is so sweet.
Yep, came with a few others here. There's World Baseball Academy this month. Nice. There is 30 Days of Catch.
So that's World Baseball Academy and not West Bromwich Albion? Is that what you're saying?
No, Patrick, this is not Monday.
Sorry.
You can't leak the show in.
And then this EFUS, I guess. I don't know. It says, I got to look into it. I haven't scanned the QR code. It says a film by Carson Lund. So look forward to checking that out. And that's the great thing about this is you can hit that QR code for each one of these and find out more information about them and what the sticker's all about.
And see, that is usually $6. But
not because you listen to us.
If you're a tightwad like me and thinking, you know what, $6 is way too much, you can get a discount. 50% off, $3. And what is that code, Mr. Prospector?
That code is DHC, Mr. Producer.
That's right. Code DHC, 50% off for Sticker Club. You can't beat that deal.
And you wouldn't think that the Prospector would be frugal as well, to use a better term, with all the hats that he has. Problem is, he's so frugal with everything else in his life. That's what he uses his money for, is for his hats.
Well, we all can't be you and your bottomless bank account.
It's not a bottomless bank account. I overspend, and I'm not as frugal as you guys, and I should be. I need to be more frugal.
So I don't know if
that's going to be my new leaf. In fact, I'm going to turn over a new leaf, and I'm going to be changing from the mayor to the pauper, and I'm going to be more frugal.
Are we going to have like an ironic night or something like that for someone with such deep pockets calling himself the pauper?
Yeah, right.
Okay, Alanis.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So let's talk about what tonight's show is
going to be. We represent rappers tonight.
We've got a lot to talk about. We've got, of course, baseball playoffs are starting to come around, and we've got some really tight wild card chases to talk about. We got some NFL to talk about. A lot of good games, some heartbreaking games. And then we're going to talk about more heartbreak with college. And we're
the Packers did something this weekend that has not been done by them since before I was born. That's how far that one goes back.
Oh, so we got a lot.
They don't go back to 1462.
The last time they did what they did Sunday was before I was born, a year before I was born. Lombardi was still coaching. And that was lose a 10-point lead in the last 4 minutes of a game. They'd gone 300-0 until Sunday.
Eric, I didn't know that your Packers had played back in the 1300s.
Apparently, according to Donnie, they have.
Okay, man.
Nobody's going to come close to our 297 world titles either.
Now, are those like official world titles, or are you doing like what Auburn does and claim them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. But of course, before we begin with everything, gentlemen, we have to talk about what hats you're wearing tonight. So I'm going to start with the Prospector.
Well, tonight, in honor of my good friend, Mr. Influencer, I am wearing the Eric Prophet tonight. So some people may know it as the El Paso Chihuahuas. I call it the Eric Prophet because, I love Eric Prophet, as we all know. And I'm wearing that tonight because he's the man. And, and the Chihuahuas are cool too, but I love Eric Prophet. So tonight I am wearing the EP hat for Eric Prophet.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And what are you drinking, by the way?
Oh, that's right. We talked about what we're drinking too, don't we?
I kind of forgot about that. I'm sorry.
After that kind of intro, I think he's got to have something harder than water going on over there.
Nah. Well, I don't know. You don't know what it's spiked with, but I do have some Crystal Light because tell Mrs. Mayor that I do have some Crystal Light. I've got the peach tea, and I have a second one of the fruit punch. So we are well stocked tonight with the Crystal Light, and So I've made everyone else in my nursing home jealous. So yeah,
should you be double fisting Crystal Lights? I feel like that's dangerous.
I like to live on the dangerous side. That's just what I do.
Eric, how about you?
So today I'm wearing the NWA Northwest Arkansas Naturals. They've kind of gotten away from this more so just because obviously they had a rebrand of the logo refresh, I guess, here previous offseason prior. And so I don't know that they really do NWA as much anymore, especially with this N. So got the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, AA, the Kansas City Royals is what I'm wearing tonight. And then this one is Per Pills. It's a German-style lager brewed in South Carolina with local and German ingredients. And there's a bunch of cats on it. I guess maybe in honor because someone in the house came home for 2 seconds, and as she was leaving out the door, we're probably going to be getting a cat soon. So,
oh wow,
Very
she
nice.
goes, "What would you do if I brought home a cat?" I said, "Kick you out of the house."
Now, is Mr. Influencer, is that from D12 Brewing?
I don't know. No,
no, it's
Southern Growl.
I don't know. It just seems like something that D12 would have brewed out of Detroit, but that's just me.
No, it's South Carolina. That's one of the ones that I found locally for him.
Blue and yellow, purple.
Where's Greer at?
Near
Gur.
Greenville.
Did they pronounce it Gur?
No,
Is that true? Someone told me they pronounced it Gur instead
No
of
no one told you that.
They did actually.
I have heard it. I have heard it pronounced grr, like a double R, like a grr.
Yeah.
Grr.
There's an inland port
It's
there
Greer.
that I work with in economic development, like that kind of inspired the ones in Georgia. So that's why someone told me that it was Grr or Gur or something that was not Greer, like you would think. So, but South Carolina, not like North Carolina. Sorry, I'm done.
All right, Donnie, how about you?
So when we did the this was the COPA or the food? It was COPA identities.
This was COPA, yeah.
The COPA identity bracket. There was a lot made of the Diamantes being like an old style, like, you go through a small town, you see this little Mexican restaurant with the old rundown sign, and I just was like, man, I got to get me one of those hats. And the Fightin' Phils put it on sale a few weeks ago. I guess started their year-end clearance a little early, and so I was like, I have got to get this. I'm gonna lean in.
The Fightin' Phils had the Arkansas Travelers logo.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm sorry. The Arkansas. I got a different one from the Fightin' Phils. The Arkansas Travelers had this one on.
That's a heck of a cross promotion.
I got one from both of them, and I had the wrong one in my head. Sorry, I've got
same ownership, maybe.
No,
I thought it was like
this one from the Fightin' Phils,
like Charlotte Stone Crab situation.
Oh yeah, I saw that one on the Arkansas Travelers.
Okay, already. This one was sitting there. I got the Fightin' Phils and the Arkansas Travelers.
Why is he yelling?
By the way, that's artravs.milbstore.com for that pros tap, by the way.
But anyway, this one here is pretty cool. It's the franchise fitted with the Diamantes on the back. And
Speedy Gonzalez, #1, please.
Exactly. So ever since we started talking about this, I was like, I've got to get this. So both of them had a sale on the MILB page, so I got it from each one of them.
I love how he said, was that during the food bracket? Just because we talked about it being a Mexican restaurant thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm old. I'm Alzheimer's sets in every once in a while. I'm on the fringes of it.
As Michael says.
Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, and I'm just drinking water because I got to leave after the show back to Charleston again tonight. So.
Oh man.
How responsible of you.
Yeah, I've got to work every night this week down there. Well, every night, weeknights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mr. Producer, what about yourself?
So tonight's hat is the one that has I picked up at the CBM meetup. This is Chicago Dogs, and this is actually my first Cap X hat, and I'm really loving these kinds. I may have to look at getting more of them. So
yeah,
and usually I do not. I don't have many red hats, but when I do have a red hat, it goes with my red Hawaiian shirt. That's the only way it works. Got to color coordinate.
Man, and then did you not make the announcement about your collaboration with the Rocket City Trash Pandas and the Virgil Hawaiian shirt that's been released in the Junkyard team store?
Well, sadly, that's been out for about 2 months.
Well, better late than never. So the Virgil is now available in the Trash Pandas official store. So be sure to get yours, and maybe the producer will sign it for you. Who knows?
You probably don't want me to sign it. It would ruin the value.
Or enhance it.
We'll see. So before we begin, we got to go over picks.
Uh-oh.
So let me get these ready here since I got to pull it up here. So we picked through 32 games. And I will just say there's it's been a few. This is a little an interesting week, to say the least. A lot of bold picks were made. A lot of picks where one person picked one and all the others picked the other. So it was pretty much over by Sunday evening. So with the record of 20-12, the winner of today's picks, 2 in a row, baby.
How convenient.
No, time out. No, hold on. Before you start your crap.
No.
Before you start your crap, I'm just going to let you know on the FCS side, I did not sweep them. I finished 2-1, and 2 other people finished 2-1.
How shameful.
Don't give me that.
Everybody that has a copy of the test the night before misses a couple just in case they don't want to look too suspicious.
Donnie may be old, but at least he's a little smart.
That's right. I learned those tricks way back in the day.
See, you guys wanted me to be involved in this, and this is what happens.
He invented that trick to get in there and get the answers ahead of time, but then miss a couple. So yeah, Donnie knows a thing or two.
Okay, so you know what?
We'll
make this fair. I'll just remove the college games and let's see who still won. Oh, this guy.
How convenient. Yeah, honestly, I'm with Michael here. Do we truly know that? Like, are we going to go back in and
did anybody write down what Virgil's picks were?
Exactly. Okay. Like, are we going to go back to
Virgil did?
I mean, we can revisit them. They're right here.
I, for one, I'm going to go on record right now. I, for one, am not going to question Virgil's integrity. So y'all want to do that, y'all go there. I'm not going to do that. I'm staying out of that part.
Have you met him before? You have to question everything.
I'm not going to question my friend because I left him stranded, and that's not right of me to do.
Yeah, now you're trying to suck up to him.
See, of course, the banker would say that about the accountant. I get it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you say the banker or the bank?
Yes.
So in second place, we actually had a tie at 18-14, but Donnie got his over-under correct for second. Patrick, you did not. Because the Colts Titans going under, I thought that was a shoe-in, and apparently it was not.
Listen, I'm happy to be wrong if it means the Colts got a big win.
That is true.
Not with Daniel Dimebag back there dropping him.
Danny Dimes is.
Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say Daniel Dimebag?
Yeah. It's his formal name, not Danny Dimes.
He's not a drug dealer.
He's on something.
Phil's talking about
this isn't the same guy that we saw last year.
Phil's talking about an El Paso hat, but I only see an Eric Prophet hat. Yeah, that's why he's not questioning it because he finished second. Gotcha.
and back and just to touch on that glowing introduction from Patrick about the El Paso hat, that was a love born in San Francisco, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I got that one framed.
You had to get you one of those EP hats like he had. So
yeah, I did, and I said I got that one framed.
Well, you could put your T-shirt from Old Fort over the top of it, but you don't want to cover it up, so.
No, I'm not gonna listen. I got that thing blown up and framed. Okay.
I have like 3 or 4 EP hats. I don't have the black. I have the gray, a red and black, 4th of July. I don't think I have that specific one that's all black.
Can you send me that picture, Donnie, or did you already send it to me?
I don't know. I can send it to you. You don't have it?
I'm surprised.
You just said you had it framed.
Well, I have one of them framed. I mean,
that's right. There is another.
I treasure all the ones. I treasure all the ones that I'm allowed to have.
You just dropped it off at Kinko's and just never checked to see if it was done.
Well, they told me I could only order so many copies. So, you know.
So,
all right, so anyways, where were we picks?
Yeah, so not to be creepy or anything.
Right.
Yeah, let's preface it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have that one?
All he's doing is just taking the photos that have all of us in it and then cropped himself and brought it out of it.
No, I pulled both of these from your Instagram, the Influencer EP page.
Oh, that's not that doesn't make it any better.
Well, then they were probably taking with my phone because he asked me for some pictures before he posted.
Because y'all were posting pictures of the two of you and leaving me out.
I'm sure we can find plenty that you're in.
Oh, there are.
I was going to say, I don't think there's ever a shortage of pictures with you in it if anyone's been to a game with you.
All right. Anyways, Virgil, who took fourth?
In fourth place, it is Mr. Prophet at 17 and 15. And then last place is Ed at 16 and 16.
Who's that?
So
the guy who's not here.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's what I guess he didn't finish as bad as I thought, but he did still finish last. But I said that he was either going to finish the best with his off the wall picks or the worst, which he did finish the worst. But 16 and 16 is, I guess, not as bad as I thought it could have been. I guess for picking the wild side on a lot of those games, basically got half of them.
He had a lot of picks where he was the only one that picked that certain team, and only one of them he got right, and that was Cleveland over Green Bay.
And that would have been one of the ones I would have said least likely to actually happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll go over the games. We'll do something different. Go over the games, the one that only one person got right, that everyone else got wrong. So, Donnie, I have to give you props for picking Tulsa, although I still hate you for it.
Go Pokes, baby.
So, yeah, Donnie picked Tulsa to beat Oklahoma State, and no one else did.
So, we blame Donnie for him no longer being there?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
I picked Memphis to beat Arkansas, and everyone else picked Arkansas.
I picked Sam Pittman to be out of a job next.
And that did not happen. It was Gundy.
Yeah.
I also picked, and we're going to talk about this game later because I want to see why you guys thought this was going to happen. I was the only person to pick Indiana over Illinois. And then the only person to pick Northern Arizona over Incarnate Word.
So is this basically like Virgil just bragging on himself about, look what I did?
I don't get to do this often. Please let me have those. But later tonight, we will be picking 2 college games and a pro game.
Is that Zach Beeson saying go Pokes?
Yeah, a guy that doesn't have a quarterback now.
Which brings me to a perfect segue to fantasy football, our DHC Sports League.
Oh, man. Gosh.
And, man, I feel sorry for a bunch of you, especially because I think Patrick and Donnie, you two had some of the closest games. And, Eric, you got Lichtenberg.
Yeah, mine shouldn't have been close if I would have just left the Minnesota defense.
Listen, I'm going to come to Eric's. Yeah, I'm going to come to Eric's defense, though. He has a good team, but it's been like decimated by injuries.
I completely agree with that.
Listen, I'm the first one to call him out on his BS if he starts whining, but he's got a case right now because I mean he's got great players, but either they're not ready or they've been knocked out for multiple games. So I'll let you talk, Eric.
I mean, yeah, Eric was. I didn't see everybody else's, but he probably had the highest point total of the week, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So like he would have beat anybody with that roster he had. But you're right. Yeah, I had James Conner that's out for the season, CD that's possibly out for a month. They don't know quite yet.
Purdy,
Brock Purdy. Yeah. So yeah, nothing.
Chris Godwin, who hasn't even played yet.
So. Yeah. So I picked up a couple guys thinking they'll play at some point. So they're just kind of sitting idle. But yeah, I've had injuries. Still a good team for the most part, but there's no way, even if I would have had a healthy team, that I would even came close to him. He just had a massive week. So nothing I can do about that.
I feel sorry for the poor sap that has to play him next week. It's me. I have to play him.
You. Yeah. But aren't you undefeated?
Mm-hmm. Somehow. I don't know how.
Somehow these first timers, Donnie.
Oh, I know. Beginner's luck.
What I'm doing.
No, I have like 2 games where I have scored under 100 points, and somehow my opponents have done worse. So yes, in first place, it is a tie between Beeson and me, which is like saying that Oklahoma. That's like saying Ohio State and University of West Georgia are both undefeated.
You're calling Beeson University of West Georgia?
See, that's funny.
Man, respect Carrollton, man.
So yes, first place is 3-0. It is Beeson and Brooks, which sounds like a law firm.
Yes, it does.
Then at 2-1, we've got Patrick, Tom Thrash, and Eric Profit. And then everyone else is at 1-2. We have nobody who was winless after 3 weeks.
Thanks to Darlow beating me.
Yeah, there's parity in this league.
By less than half a point.
This is like the championship.
So at 1-2, we have Lichtenberg, Justin Kish, Zach Profit, Donnie Wise, Terry McCutcheon, Official League, Ed, Rhonda, and Darla.
Congratulations to Darla, though. Her team came out good. I was riding to Charleston last night. It was listening to the last part of the game. And when Detroit got the ball with like less than 2 minutes to go, I'm like, well, they're just going to run it. I needed Amon-Ra to do something big. I'm like, man, I sure wish they'd throw him a 30, 40-yard touchdown pass right here so I could beat her.
Man,
they threw him a 20-yard pass.
Amon-Ra. They threw to Jameson twice in like the first quarter and then nothing.
I know, but they threw to Amon-Ra when I needed it, but they were like 5 or 6 yards short of where they needed to be for me to get the win. It was like 0.4 something is what she beat me by.
No, Eric had Montgomery for the Lions, and I honestly thought I was another Derrick Henry fumble from losing. So,
well, and David Montgomery was like not typical David Montgomery last night. He's usually the goal line back, and here he is breaking out for like 40-yard runs.
Oh, he made it to the goal line, all right.
Yeah, Ravens defense was like a sieve last night. They couldn't stop anything.
Well, but they had been all season. Remember the Buffalo game?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they were porous back then.
Yeah, they're not the traditional Ravens defense right now. Well, not traditional anything Ravens right now. In fact, I saw the Ravens play Kansas City coming up, right? In Kansas City next week, maybe, or is it this coming week? Because I saw something that whoever loses that game will fall to 1-3. I think it's them and the Chiefs.
I mean, I'm good with that.
Well, before we get on to, we are going to start with NFL since we're going to talk about it. But Mr. Influencer, you have something you want to talk about?
Yeah, so we talked real briefly last week, and Ed was not very pleased. But since he's not here, we're going to talk about it. We're talking about high school football. So we talked about gambling, and you're like, I'm going to find a line for that Wichita Northwest Junction City game for last Friday night. Game was in Junction City. Junction City is one of the top 6A teams. I asked my son, Zach, I said, what do you think the spread would be on this game? He said, us by at least 10. Final score, Wichita Northwest 31, Junction City 21.
Wow.
What I don't understand, so Northwest didn't have anybody there that was broadcasting, so I picked it up on Junction City's YouTube feed and was watching some of the game, and Zach was not home. He got home kind of late, and so sat there and watched the last 6 or 7 minutes with him on his phone, and Junction City was up 21-17. Northwest had scored to make it 24-21. Junction City had the ball back. 3 minutes left in the game, down 3. They punted the ball away. I don't understand that. Kansas City, I think it was Kansas City did that where they were down to the Eagles? They were down like 10 with 7 minutes left, and they punted the ball away. And I'm like, guys, you're not going to get the ball back. So then as soon as Junction City punted the ball to Northwest busted a huge run down the sideline to make it a 31-21 game. And that was like 2 minutes left. Got the ball back again, and they go with like playoff seeding and everything by like point differential and stuff. So they were actually trying to run up the score, but then their running back got hurt on one of the last plays. So then after that, they decided to just kneel it down. But it's funny because it ended up being a 10-point game, just like Zach thought it might be. And then this Friday, they play Cape and Mount Carmel, one of our 2 Catholic high schools here, and Capen's always really good. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Northwest still undefeated so far. So they're probably top 3 or 4 in 6A here in the state. So it'll be interesting because they got like 7 different guys that are Division I. signees, so it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, because I don't know that they've won state, or if they have, it's been a while. So hopefully we can see how well Northwest does this week. But yeah, I just want to give that update since we talked about it last week that they did cover that 10-point spread. Zach thought they would.
Wow. You ought to have him do a spread each week. Just write it down and just see how accurate he is throughout the season.
Well, somebody had the idea of, going in, business partner here into a high school sports book for Kansas sports, but somebody shot that down. Like there's some moral problem with that. I don't know why you would think that.
I don't see any reason with that or any issue with that.
It's just, just big money in it. That's it. All right. But let's talk about NFL now. So, Patrick and Donnie, I was going to ask the same question that I was going to ask both of you the same question separately, but let's ask it together. Are your teams now Super Bowl favorites?
Oh, heck no.
Not mine. His might be.
Oh,
he's on a roll.
No.
He's going to play it low key, though. He's going to be like, "Oh, we still suck. We're still not that good. We're just getting lucky." Blah blah.
I'm not
going
to say we suck. I'm going to say it's just been 3 games.
True.
I mean, it's not like we've played the best teams in the league either. I mean, we played the Titans, took care of business. You can argue how good the Broncos are. I don't think they're that great.
They lost to the Chargers.
You what?
They lost to the Chargers.
Yeah. And then, gosh, who did we play the first week? Don't even remember. Miami. And Miami's awful. So they played 3 poor teams to start the season. And luckily they've taken care of business and they've done it pretty convincingly. So you can only play who's in front of you. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and start gloating about how great our team is. We'll see when we play in the big games how we stack up. I mean, I think the Broncos defense is pretty good, but well, I knew Zach Beeson was going to say that.
Oh,
not if Daniel Jones has something to say about that.
Danny Dimes, baby. Anyways, but it's fun. I mean, this is the first time, and man, I forget the date, but it's the first time the Colts have been 3-0 in forever. I think it's like 2009 or something like that.
Well, isn't it funny that the Chargers have opened up their first 3 games against they played in division all 3 first games, and they've won all. So they already have a 1-game lead on everybody in the division. That's just weird to me that you'd play all your division opponents in the first 3 weeks, just the way the schedule fell. But it's weird.
No, I mean, and didn't I see that the Chargers lost Najee Harris?
Yes.
Yeah, he's out injured. So, I mean, I don't know that was he their RB1 anyway, or was he?
Hampton was starting to take. I think they were splitting attempts between the two, but Hampton was kind of doing more.
Yeah. Danny Dimes going to have a rough day October 19th. Okay, we'll see.
Who's more insufferable now, Zach or Patrick? I think Zach's trying to catch up to Patrick now.
Well, Zach, how
have I been insufferable? I'm talking it down.
No, I know. I don't know if anybody heard what you said, Virgil, since I was kind of talking over you, but
no, I mean, well, Zach's an OU fan, so you know where my answer is.
Well, I'm happy the Panthers kind of got some points on the board. I was surprised that it was actually a shutout because the Falcons are always a tough. I mean, all division games tend to be tough for most teams anyway, especially when you're playing as bad as the Panthers have been playing. So I was happy for that. But I thought it was hilarious, maybe not just a lot of people, but that this kicker, they got rid of their kicker, brought in a new kicker, goes 5 for 5, misses the first 2 attempts. And, I mean, that first one, I thought the first one was blocked, but I never saw a replay of it. So if it wasn't blocked, he just shanked the hell out of that thing.
Are you talking about John Parker Romo for the Falcons?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? I have a question for you, Mr. Mayor. What kind of hoodoo do the Panthers have over the Falcons? Because you can say it's always a tough matchup, but it doesn't matter how good or bad your team is. They always beat the Falcons.
I wouldn't say always, but it maybe feels like that. At least at home, we usually do well against them at home and lose to them. And well, I don't know. I guess we have gone to Atlanta and beat them a few times too. But I don't know. It seems like they are for the Panthers to me, kind of like NC State, Wake Forest have been for Clemson in the past. It's one of those like that's going to trip us up game, and a lot of times it doesn't, but it just feels like it's going to be. So I don't know. I don't know what the Falcons. I don't know what their problem is because well,
you just tell them to keep pounding, right?
Right. But Penix has a lot of weapons. I mean, with that running back, tight end, wide receivers he's got, there's no way they should have not scored any points. But I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad we won that game. I'm not getting overly hyped about the Panthers, especially not Super Bowl. I don't even know if we'll make the playoffs. I hope we do. But right now, I'm just looking for us to win 6-7 games and get going in the right direction.
So
Super Bowl game, gotcha.
Super Bowl or bust, right?
Yeah. Isn't that the goal of everybody, at least to start the season?
There's been a few Colts teams where that wasn't even my goal because I knew it was so unrealistic. So,
Eric, what the hell?
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I did wear a Clemson hat on Saturday and Sunday at Zach's tournament out in Garden City, and a guy walked by. And I was watching the Notre Dame game, and he didn't see what I was watching. He just saw the hat, and he goes, "You watching that game?" I turned it off. I couldn't watch it. I'm like, "Yeah, bro, this is my kid. He plays for the Kansas Curve. It's the Curve hat. It's not the Clemson hat."
You keep telling yourself that.
That's right.
But what's up? So you said that the Packers was a look ahead, or Dallas was gonna be a look ahead game for Packers. And by the way, it looked like
I wasn't wrong.
you wasn't wrong.
you
No.
spot on.
And I'm trying to get this in before Ed shows up and makes a whole spectacle about this.
I mean, I don't know what I told you guys that what would happen. And
I should have listened to you because I picked the Packers defense on my fantasy over the Minnesota defense, and look what they got me.
That was just an absolute. I mean, the Packers defense wasn't the issue; it was the offense.
No, you're right.
But yeah, and I mean, nothing could have matched the Vikings defense. That was insane. But
that was probably the second dumbest move made in fantasy. The first was Ed starting Russell Wilson instead of Cam Ward.
The new kid at work is from Chicago. He went back there this weekend and went to the Cowboys-Bears game. And I said, he came here. He was off yesterday and came in today. And woo, I'm like, I told you, both Green Bay and Dallas weren't worried about these little scrubs they were playing this weekend, and the Browns and the Bears were worried about the head-to-head matchup Sunday night this coming week. So we didn't care about that game. There was a lineman for Green Bay that said, "Oh, we're favorites or whatever." But then Xavier McKinney came out and goes, "We're 2-0. Who cares?" And then after this, we're 2-1. I mean, it's 3 games into the season. Like, we can't be calling ourselves Super Bowl favorites or whatever. So some of the guys were already claiming they're the best ever. Others were saying, I mean, it's still early, which it is. It's still really early. So obviously they need to figure out some other offense, but they faced one of the top defenses. Even though Cleveland's not a very good team overall, their defense is stacked. And so it's not like we're playing against one of the worst defenses.
True.
And had chances to win that game. They rated the lowest rated players in the game. All 5 offensive linemen were rated the lowest in that game for offensive position or offensive players for the Packers. All 5 offensive linemen were terrible. And so,
does that explain why Josh Jacobs has been so subpar?
Yeah, we just honestly haven't got the running game going. I don't know.
I mean, for his standards. I mean,
this was because I can't remember if he scored last week, but if he did, then this would have been the first time in 9-10 games that he didn't score because we only had the 1 touchdown.
He had a lot more catches than he normally does. Like, I felt like there was such a stout run defense that the only way they could get in the ball are kind of like little pitch passes and like little screens and stuff like that to get him a few yards.
We were up 10-0 and had our backs to the goal line and threw a deep ball to Matthew Golden. And I don't know if it was just his momentum or if it's just he's a rookie and didn't be aware of the situation. Because if he would have kind of been able to stop himself, he would have ran up the sideline untouched for like a 97-yarder to put us up 17-0. But his momentum carried him out of bounds. And then had a very, very terrible pick that Love threw late in the game. still had a chance to go down, got in field goal position, and the left tackle just let the guy go right by him. They're like, what is this dude doing? He didn't even really attempt to even block him. And that's another thing. At this point, I'm just ready to get rid of special teams. No punts. You just have to go for it on fourth down, and no field goals or extra points. You just have to go for it after you score. There was 5 or 6 block kicks this weekend alone. It was absolutely insane how many block kicks there were. That Rams Eagle, was it Rams Eagle? Yeah, Rams Eagles game. There was a block kick, and do we want to talk about hey, at least we just lost by 3. You guys had an epic collapse.
You're valiant Virgils.
To say I was upset is probably an understatement. Although, to be fair, going into that game, I was not expecting them to really be in it the way they were. But yeah, when I saw the kickabout coming up, I just had a thought. It's like they're about to block this, because it just seems like it was the way it was going to go. I feel like they didn't just really deserve to win the game at the end, and that's exactly what happened.
Virgil, how did you and your friends Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song, all massive Rams fans, did you all commiserate together, or?
Yeah, the group text was popping that night. It was completely just sadness all around.
Those poor valiant Virgils, man.
The funny thing to me, they were talking about on Dan Patrick yesterday, was how that was like the worst that was the worst beat in betting in forever, because the Rams had that game covered. And normally, if there's a blocked punt, or excuse me, a blocked kick, the guys, you're up by 1. You don't want to take a chance on somebody chasing you down, knocking the ball out, blah blah blah. You just fall down and the game's over. But he ran it back to cover the spread, and so all the betting guys, just like everybody that had bet that the Rams would cover that spread, lost that. And it was hilarious to me that something that defensive lineman that's 300 something pounds blocks a field goal, picks it up, and runs it back, and that changes everybody's financial outcome over the course of 60 seconds.
Well, not only that, but also wasn't there on the tush push call, wasn't there something with Mekhi Becton where he was offside? Am I thinking the wrong game?
No, it's probably the same game, because the Eagles are always offside on that.
Wasn't there some controversial non-call?
Oh yeah, they didn't call it offsides.
They didn't call it offside. Yeah,
right. And Mekhi Becton was offside, but then no one called it.
Right.
So tush push haters, it made them even more it made them even angrier. But also people who bet on the Rams to win, if anyone did, that affects their outcome too.
Well, to me, the biggest claims about the tush push, I could care less whether they run it or not. Run it, stop it. But if I'm the NFL and I tell the officials, as soon as they run it, throw a flag for a false start, because if you go back and review it, you're going to see a false start, because they are moving, I think, every single time before that ball is snapped.
Wasn't it in the Saints game that they did get called for a false start?
Yeah, Saints got called for
it. Yeah. And if they threw the flag on that play every time for a false start, there would be less complaining about them throwing the flag like a bad call than the fact that they're actually catching them and slowing it down.
Man, no wonder Spencer Rattler can't get good stats. Oh, never mind. There's other reasons for that.
So, starting fantasy football for this year, it's made me watch more of the games. Can someone please explain to me why I decided to watch Jacksonville and Houston?
Because
you're a glutton for punishment, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't get what's going on with Houston being 0-3 surprises me.
Yeah, that's a big surprise.
I'm not understanding why. I don't know. Stroud does not look.
Well,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say CJ, that someone made a comment that ever since CJ Stroud tried to give Caleb Williams advice on how to play his game, that ever since then that CJ Stroud has been awful. Yeah. So I blame Caleb Williams for that, but
But really, the offense is kind of definitely slowed down. I think Nico's probably their best receiver, and that even that he had an off game, I would say. And then Jacksonville, I don't know what's going on with Thomas Jr. Their star wide receiver. He only had 2 catches, had 6 drops. And I know we can always point at that it's probably a Clemson quarterback problem, because it usually is. But, sometimes you can't say that.
The Jaguars' problem is they're on, I don't know what third coach and how many OCs in the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, they haven't settled into Cohen's offense yet. I don't know if it's a Cohen problem not getting Robinson the ball, because if I'm Trevor, I'm looking for him every time. And I don't know if he's getting double teamed. I haven't watched any of their games, so I don't know if he's getting double teamed. I don't know what it is, but
he's coming back from a wrist injury also, so I don't know if it's part of that. But he's getting targets.
I think, and I'm not saying this to make it to feed you guys the joke, but I think the Jaguars are going to be a much better team as the year comes along. I don't think they're going to win a lot of games, but I think the more that Cohen's offense gets utilized and they kind of get a feel for each other, things are going to start getting better. I mean, like anything, any quarterback that's great in college, they're only as good as who's around them and the systems they're in, and that's always the running thing about the top draft picks is they get drafted by the worst teams, and unless you get in the right situation, you're screwed, and your career ends up not being what it is. I don't think that's all Trevor's fault, but I don't think Trevor's done anything to stand out in his pro career yet. Who knows what that is? I mean, everybody's different. Every situation's different. I know last year he was going through an injury, and his wife, being pregnant, starting a family, all that kind of stuff off the field has to impact anybody at that age. But at the same time, they've had so much change in that organization on the field and on the coaching staff. They haven't built any consistency whatsoever in that program. So he's kind of been, unfortunately stuck in a bad organization from that standpoint of turnover. If he'd have gone in with a good young coach that first year, and he was in year 4 or 5 of the same system, I think it would be a tremendously different Trevor Lawrence that we're talking about here.
From a fantasy perspective, Virgil, I think that, and I told you this, I think offline, but to me, he's a much poorer version of Drew Brees in the sense that he throws to a lot of different targets. Yeah. So Thomas Jr. did have 7 targets, but he's got Brown, he's got Kirk, he's got
Hunter now too, and he's got ETN out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's got ETN, he's got Tootin, he's got
Strange, the tight end.
You what?
Strange, the tight end.
Strange, yeah. So he has a lot of different. And he's the person that utilizes, there's some quarterbacks that throw to 17 different targets in a game. Baker Mayfield does that. Yeah. There's just certain quarterbacks that don't go to the same person every time. And for me, from a fantasy perspective, that's why it's hard to use Jaguars wide receivers, is because you just never know what you're going to get. And one may pop off one game, and then it may be another one the next game. It's just never consistent because you just never know with that offense how it's going to go.
Well, and talk about fantasy, again, I keep joking with Ed. I offered him Trevor Lawrence for Keon Coleman, which if he'd have made that trade and played Trevor to give me Keon Coleman and put Hollywood Brown in, he would have won his fantasy game this weekend. So.
It wouldn't have been close.
Yeah.
I said he had me dead to rights. He could play Cam Ward. And so this is where I'm going to say to him, if you draft the player and you do not plan on using him, why did you draft him?
Right. Well, there's always the bye week. You got to have somebody for the one bye week.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what you do.
Yeah.
And hold your breath. Either you hope that someone like Cam Ward lights it up the first week and you're like, okay, I'm going to run with this guy, but he doesn't. Then you're like, well, at least I can maybe work my way through a bye week with him for 1 week.
Well, he was playing that Colts defense. It's not often I get to say that.
Are there any other games that we haven't addressed yet that you feel like you want to talk about?
Well, Eric already addressed it, but the game itself, but it's always a great week when the Cowboys lose.
Yeah, there's a guy that calls in.
Even if the Bears win.
there's a guy that calls in to Dan Patrick, and every week he calls in and he's like, "What do I say? When the Cowboys lose, America wins." That's his catchphrase. I like that one. I watched a lot of that Cowboys Bears game, and I didn't think about this until I heard somebody say it. It's like at least the first couple of weeks, whoever played the Cowboys went off. Like all of a sudden, Caleb Williams looks like Super Bowl level Patrick Mahomes or something against the Cowboys. And the week before that, it was it was Russ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like who let's see, the Cowboys have this coming week. So who's gonna so Love is gonna go off this week. Green Bay Packers are gonna go off.
Yeah.
Just see it coming.
I just want to say the Giants are terrible.
Although they are, but the Chiefs didn't look that great.
Yeah, Chiefs did not. That game was still the fact that it was still within reach in the
That was
middle.
a painful game to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why are we putting 2 0-2 teams on a Sunday night game?
Yeah.
question.
Well, they didn't expect them to be 0-2. That's where that was scheduled.
Well, the Giants, I mean, they had a chance against Dallas, but that's really it.
Yeah.
Patriots should have beat the Steelers. They turned the ball over 5 times. Like, what are you guys doing? Hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike, you need to get Chris Boswell to start kicking some more field goals like you did the first few weeks.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of good games, to be honest. I mean, everything was just kind of like bleh.
Yeah.
Well, like there were games I was kind of expecting to get answers from to see, okay, if they're good or not.
I mean, the Jets gave the Buccaneers a better game than I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially when they came back late, right? I mean, they took a late lead in that game, and then it took a late drive by Baker to get Chase McLaughlin. Because wasn't there a block kick in that game as well? Isn't that how the Jets got back into the game? They blocked a field goal.
I think so, yeah.
And they took it back to town.
And I don't know about you guys, but Storm had one hell of a weekend because he went to Tampa and he saw USF win on Saturday. I don't know how the soccer game he went to Saturday night turned out, but he also saw the Buccaneers beat the Jets and the Rays win Sunday night. So shout out to Storm for one hell of a weekend in Tampa.
Let's see. The Tampa Bay Rowdies drew North Carolina FC 2-2.
Okay. So he had a pretty good weekend in Tampa there, and Beeson that's probably why too. I was gonna say they always have to have some Sunday night, Monday night games in New York to showcase the lights of New York City and all that kind of good stuff. So
Virgil, thank you for bringing up Joe Cole's former club. I appreciate that.
You just chomping at the bit to talk about Joe Cole, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Chelsea legend.
Anybody have any takeaways from Monday's game?
Let
me rephrase that. Does anybody have any non-fantasy takeaways from Monday's game?
Well, the Ravens aren't as good as we thought they were, and the Lions are better than we thought they were going to be.
Well, what I took away from it is that the Lions' offense is going to be just fine.
Yes.
Like that Packers defense is elite. I don't care what, I think that was more of a testament of how good the Packers defense is rather than how poor the Lions offense is. So I think that was one of those classic week one overreactions, which a lot of people have talked about, but Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of settled in. David Montgomery's settled in. Amon-Ra is doing Amon-Ra things when he gets, past the ball, and Jared Goff looks good again. So I think that's probably a testament to Dan Campbell's head coaching ability that even with losing 2 coordinators, they're 2-1. Will they win the division? I don't know, but I think they're going to be a contender for it along with the Packers. And, it's going to be a fun, I think the NFC North is one of the, Bears aside, the NFC North is one of the deepest divisions in terms of talent.
I wouldn't count the Bears out at this point.
Aside, honestly.
I think that's going to be a 4-team race right there. That's going to be one hell of a division
well,
this year, I think.
The X factor for the Bears is Swift because we talked a lot about Caleb Williams, but Swift to me is like the linchpin of that offense. with everything that he can do. He's got good hands. He runs the ball real well. He runs good, So he's really impressed me, especially this season. I think he's taken a step up. So,
well,
if the Bears are in it, I think it's going to be because DeAndre Swift.
And it's again one game, and it's one of those things where the Dallas has a horrible defense, but just watching Caleb Williams, I mean, there are moments where in that game he would escape the pocket, and he would just find a needle to thread that ball through. Even with he was like arm slotting this thing like Mahomes at certain times. Just kind of like he'd be there and just kind of like sidearm flip it. What he had all these like just weird motions, but he was getting the ball to those guys. I mean, he was finding ways to get out of the pocket and make plays, and that was the first time I've been impressed with his play. And again,
did Caleb Williams contribute to your campaign or something?
No, we'll see. I mean, a better defense might shut that down and bring it back down. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of quarterbacks that get out there and they're running, and they're just kind of like looking. He'd go out there and he would just find a slot between people and get that ball to somebody most of the time. It was
this weekend. Both Jordan Love and Malik Willis are going to throw for 300 yards each. We're going to have like a Texas Tech style offense.
Hey, I'm not. I mean, it's just one player, but I'm not mad that CD is probably going to be out Sunday night in that game. So would then focus more on George Pickens and make, I don't know who else they have, make them step up. Ferguson.
Yeah, Pickens has been doing pretty good, but the problem with Pickens is, and he'll take himself mentally out of the game if something doesn't go his way.
Well, he's going to have to be the top guy now if CD's out. So if they can key on him.
Yeah, and they can double team him, and he'll get frustrated, and then that leaves you with like very limited options.
And obviously we'll talk more NFL probably Thursday for our picks, but is Micah, how is he going to fare going back? Is he going to ramp it up even more? Everybody's like, he didn't have a sack on Sunday. That doesn't mean he didn't have a quality game. You don't have to have a sack to have it as a quality.
I mean, did he have? He probably got hurt. He's in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, also he's not unlike the Cowboys defense where they just suck without him. You have Rashawn Gary on your defense. I mean, you've got a Packers defense full of like elite guys.
I feel like Gary had a couple sacks against Flacco because they were going after, and I've always said that since they brought him over, if they're going to double team Micah, then that's going to leave Gary open. Or
I was just about to say, when you've got rushing coming in from both sides, that's gonna open up someone else, like you said. If they're double teaming Micah, Rashawn Gary gets a sack, or if they're focused on Gary and Parsons, that allows someone else to get through to get a sack. So it's a unit. I mean, you just improved your unit, and that's the whole point. So they're not playing for individual numbers; they're playing for team success.
Stats don't always show what your impact is, because, like you said, if they're having to double team him, that's helping somebody else get the stats, but they're doing it because of him.
No, I didn't. Go back to church.
He has not said that.
Thank you, Donnie. I've not said anything. We need to obviously figure out and get better offensively because after this week, then we're on a bye week 5. So, and then we got Cincinnati without Burrow, which, speaking if we're talking about games, Cincinnati, I mean, obviously it was a backup bowl with Browning versus Wentz, and I know it was mostly the defense for Minnesota, but I did not expect Cincinnati to get beat like that.
See, I don't know what the takeaway from that game, if that was just Browning is bad or that defense is good.
Yeah,
it could be both, honestly.
I don't think Browning's that bad. I mean, he was in there for Burrow last year and played pretty well.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just one of those. Again, like we keep talking about, the first couple of weeks of the regular season are like the real preseason. Week 3 is always like the first real week 1 to me. And week 3, I mean, if we go back and look at it, the past few seasons or however many seasons you want to go back, there's so many weird things that happen in week 3. I don't know what it is, 3 and 4 actually, because it's like, okay, now they're kind of finding their space and they're getting some rhythm going. And after week 4, then things really settle in. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff happens in weeks 3 and 4.
Yeah. Bye-bye Super Bowl. If you're referencing the Chiefs, then yes.
Ooh.
Also, since she's just here, she hasn't seen this yet. I got kittens on my beer.
Blue and yellow, purple hills.
Was she supposed to be bringing the cat home tonight, possibly, or just
No,
some other? Oh, okay.
she's not getting one.
I was just wondering if that cat was going to hop up on your screen there all of a sudden.
No, not yet. I mean, we just passed week 3.
Not to say it's week 4 now.
You didn't look great. You won your game against the Giants, but you didn't look great. Ooh, she saw it in the fridge and she didn't drink it.
Trying to think.
Is that beer the cat's meow?
Well, I should have saw that coming.
It's perfect.
So what is wrong with the Ravens? Which I know brings joy to some people, but
Lamar.
I think they're overrated.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think they're overrated.
Yeah, I don't. Because what are they now? 1 and 2.
Yes.
1 and 2 now.
Who did they lose? Who was that other loss to? Buffalo. Okay.
Buffalo.
So, I mean, they've lost to Buffalo and Detroit, which are good teams.
Right.
So they're probably going to be there at the top of their division, still make the playoffs, but then he can't ever figure it out there once he gets in the playoffs. Because is it true? Did you say, are they against the Chiefs this week? And if so, is it in Arrowhead?
I think it's in Kansas City.
Kansas City, yes.
So, okay, so that is this week. So you said one of them will go 1 and 3.
One of those two will be 1 and 3 after this week.
I think that could be a good. When is that, a 325 matchup? Because it's not Sunday night, because Green Bay Dallas is Sunday night.
It's
and
an
they
early.
They just had the Chiefs on Sunday night this past week.
It is 325.
Yeah.
That's what they always seem to put them at the 325 game. I don't know the last time the Chiefs have played a noon game. And I say that Donnie or Virgil and I's time.
Well, no, when you said 325, I'm like, that's 425.
Well, for Virgil and I, it's always 325
right.
for the second slate of games.
I have to be honest, I think the Chiefs could end up being 1 and 3. I think the Ravens could go in there and get this one.
Yeah, I should say since
that's not my pick yet, but
since I'm hosting tonight, everything is on Central Time.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I don't know how that game's going to go, honestly. Like I said, it's 2 usual power teams that have been underwhelming so far, so something's got to give.
We know who Donnie's picking.
No, I'm just saying that I could see that happening, but I got to think
we
about
know
it
who
some
you're
more.
Picking.
I'll say this though, going back to your original question about the Ravens. I mean, Derrick Henry's had key fumbles in those 2 losses that not directly led to the loss, but certainly did not help. Is Derrick Henry? He's already on the backside of his career anyway. Is he kind of declining a little bit? I don't know. I don't really know what the problem is because Lamar hasn't played bad. I don't know if he just doesn't have enough weapons on the outside or something receiver wise. I mean, he's got some guys, but he's just, I don't know. The defense isn't as stout either. They're just kind of like they're barely above average across the board to me right now instead of being one of the elite ones. I mean, do you guys see it that way too, or you got a different take? What?
Going back to the Henry, with Henry, I mean, having 2 fumbles on 4th down or 4th quarter drives, like that messes with you.
Yeah.
I don't think he's lost a step yet because I think he only had 26 yards against Cleveland, but Cleveland sold out the run to stop him. So I don't know yet because, I mean, like, he had that great game with Buffalo, but everyone remembers the fumble.
Right.
This one, he got 52 yards and a touchdown, but everyone's talking about the fumble.
Yeah.
So I think it's also because, like what Eric was talking about earlier, you playing Buffalo and Detroit. Those are 2 most likely playoff teams already.
Yeah.
So when we get down to like down the schedule when they're playing teams that are definitely more beatable,
It's like they're playing the season in reverse. They're playing 3 playoff games in the first 4 weeks.
It's like,
Buffalo, Detroit, and Kansas City. It's like, wait a minute, should we be playing them at the end of the season? So
yeah, like it's almost front loaded. Now,
yeah.
see, why would a Steelers fan say he's overrated? I don't get that.
Just like the rant Ed would go on if he were here.
Yeah, I just don't think the Ravens have gotten over that loss to the Bills. I think that did something to them mentally.
Yeah,
like to lose in that way between. So, and I think it even spills over to last season. The Mark Andrews debacle in the playoffs last year, and then losing that game to the Bills in week 1. I just think that mentally they probably haven't gotten over it as a team, and it's not an excuse, for them at all. But I just don't think that I haven't been impressed with them ever since that moment that they lost the game to the Bills.
I mean, they crushed the Browns, but that's the Browns. So.
That doesn't count.
I know.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, who loses to the Browns?
That was like a frustration win, and then it's like, okay, now they got the Lions and the Chiefs next 2 games, and they're like, they're thinking about that Bills game.
That almost made them complacent.
Well, they're trying too hard. Because they're like, okay, we can't lose this, can't lose. If you play not to lose, you're going to lose, and I think that's what maybe they're doing is they're playing not to lose.
Right.
Hey, Virgil, if you lose to the worst team in the NFL, people overlook you, and then we can come in and beat these other teams. It's a strategy that we had.
Strategy. Yeah, that's why Oklahoma State lost to Tulsa, right? For Baylor.
That's right. So then now coming to Big 12 play, nobody's going to, they're going to be so easy to beat, and then you just come in and beat them all.
So you heard that here first. Eric Prophet says Oklahoma State will make the CFP as the Big 12 champion.
Yeah, you hear that, Mrs. Influencer?
Yeah, I'm here for it. Go Pokes.
Good luck with that one.
Give me 1 minute. I'm checking. Hey, we haven't lost a conference game yet, Donnie. Some of us can't say that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Dang.
Neither's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Notre Dame's always undefeated in conference.
Yeah, neither is LSU.
Daggers hurt more when you throw them from below.
Listen, I've had a moment, okay? Okay, so that'll be a perfect transition into college. So one of the questions I had prepared for this week was which Power 4 coach was going to be fired next. I had that question filled out on Monday at 9:00. And lo and behold, when I'm driving back from the dentist's office and my phone goes off multiple times, Oklahoma State, Chad Weiberg did something I was not expecting, but glad they did, and that was fire Mike Gundy.
You were heading back to the office thinking there was a server crash.
Yeah, I thought there was a payroll problem because
Somebody mismanaged their money.
Well, not that. No, I didn't mismanage it, but no, no, I was actually preparing for a board meeting, and I thought it was related to that. And then when I saw what happened about Gundy being fired over and over again.
She doesn't know these texts, the weekly rankings, the power rankings. She hasn't seen those. I should send them to her.
You have to, especially the one that has Kansas State and Oklahoma State in the Oklahoma State tier.
Yeah.
Virgil, what's it like to have a house divided?
I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going
to asking.
I'm not going to sell that one.
No, I'm asking seriously.
You can't say it's a house.
Have a house divided. Yeah. I mean, it's a legitimate question.
Is it a legitimate question?
Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah.
Now, Patrick, you know good and well he would absolutely love a house divided right now.
Exactly.
He's begging for that. So
who says he doesn't have it?
The other house of the half of the house.
I didn't say it was in the same location. I just said it was a house divided.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So to answer your question about was I not expecting that, I was not expecting the timing of it. I'm used to Oklahoma State dragging their feet on big decisions, and I thought it was going to be one of those, especially when Gundy said yesterday that he still loves what he does. the first thing I thought of is, oh my God, this team's going to be held hostage until probably midway through the season.
Well, when you had the same coach for someone in his 21st season, you're not expecting change. Some people that are attending Oklahoma State University have only known one coach.
That is true. Yes,
that's how long it's been. So
I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen. I think after the Tulsa loss, I thought it was going to happen quicker, but I was still shocked that it happened today. I thought maybe 2 games into the Big 12 when Baylor beats them, 50-0. But no, I'm glad that they did it, especially before Big 12 play.
So the 15 mil that Mrs. Influencer brought up, is that being covered by like the estate of T. Boone, or
no? So one of the things that was talked about before.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Did you literally go to church tonight to pray for change for Oklahoma State? I mean, she's just like, I'll be back. I'm going to church. And then now she's saying she's praying for change. So she literally went to church tonight praying for change for Oklahoma State football.
Well, and
that sounds like the most Midwestern thing I've ever heard.
And what's funny is, again, Storm texted me earlier, and the two things that have happened, he says, the last 2 long trips which I've traveled out of Oklahoma, the following happened. I see these as one good thing, one bad thing. I guess they're both good things. The Thunder won the NBA championship, and OSU fired Mike Gundy. So, I mean, I guess he sees those both as good things.
Yeah, we will go ahead and put this out here. OSU firing Gundy is a good thing,
because he says the state should invest in a world cruise for him. So other things can happen.
It's a shame. It's a shame that it had to end like this, but it had to end.
Oh, dang.
Oh. Bruh.
Wow.
That might be a comment of the night.
She wasn't even here to see the bromance photos earlier. Maybe she already knew about them. That's why she's praying.
I'm sure she's well aware of them. She's very smart.
Yes, she is.
But going back to the 15 mil, one of the podcasts I listen to is Pistols Firing, and they have a lot more deeper sources because one guy who runs it used to be a former Oklahoma newscaster. There were already reports that there were donors already willing to step up and sign checks if Gundy was fired.
Donnie, this you?
No, he's waiting for Dabo, but that's
okay.
But no, so yes, I think there's definitely a big movement that there were people who were willing to invest in Oklahoma State football if Gundy was gone. And so if that was the decision, if that was the decision of why it was happening, I completely understand.
Oh, shucks. That's unfortunate, Rhonda.
I'm sorry, I've just lost my train of thought.
Wow.
That usually does not happen.
Oh, so Oklahoma State, right?
Yes, Oklahoma State. So Doug Meacham, the offensive coordinator, is the interim coach right now. This will kind of answer one of my questions in that did Gundy shackle both of his coordinators and see how the play calling is against Baylor? Do I think they're going to beat Baylor? No, I don't. But do I think it's going to be probably maybe more competitive? I'm hoping. That's really all I can hope for right now.
What will you do if they actually beat Baylor after firing Mike Gundy?
Oh, then I'm going to be starting Oklahoma State in the Big 12. James in the Big 12 talk. We're going to get that going.
Love it.
Ain't losing anybody. Texas Tech, bring it on.
What do you mean? You've already told me you're going to. How do you mean I'm not aware?
She's talking about the cat that you are aware of, but there's going to be a second cat that you're not aware of.
Dose.
Does anybody have a house that she can move into?
We have a Patrick Larson suite downstairs. If she wants to move to South Carolina.
Just a small little ask. But even after saying all of that, even after having the coach fired, even after losing to Tulsa, even after the blowback from that, somehow we are still not an Orange team that's had the worst weekend.
No.
So, Donnie, what the hell happened?
Well, the Orange team that had the worst weekend is the Syracuse Orange because they got fined for faking injuries.
I'm not sure they're worried about that.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Because
but-
it's a $25,000 fine. That's like give them a $5 bill and pay it off.
Jose Mourinho leave Benfica to go coach Syracuse?
You think that's where he picked it up? I thought he went to Porto.
No, he went to Benfica.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Benfica. He appeared at the Porto game like just a week ago, and then he goes to their rivals to coach them.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Virgil, I just sent over that week. What was that? Week 3
Three.
Power rankings. Oklahoma State and K-State's in the same. And I sent that to Samantha, and she just said rude because they have K-State listed as Oklahoma State. She
Wait,
just said rude.
Is that Samantha from episode 128 and 175?
Correct. Yeah, that'd be her. Yeah. She said rude.
That's awesome.
And then I also sent
She
that
didn't
little.
say it wasn't true, though.
Right. And then I sent that little meme that I sent you guys where that it's actually in this one, it's the Pistol Pete sticking the fork in the thing with Willie right next to him. Yeah. That's that meme. I sent that as well.
Yeah, when I first saw that, I thought, it's not a bad idea after that game. So, but we're done talking about that. We're now dumping on Donnie from Syracuse.
Oh, I thought we were going to move along, and there's nothing to see here.
To be fair, though, you guys were going against Steve Peanut Butter and Jelly. Now I hate for him that he's out for the season. But he was really good for Notre Dame. He was a good quarterback, so I was happy he was getting a lot of run. He had a monster season to start. I know it was only 3 games in, but I hate that he's out for the season, but let's give him a little bit of credit because he's a really good quarterback.
And the coach, coach for Syracuse, I've liked him.
Fran Brown?
Yeah, he's a pretty good coach. I like him.
That smart coaching tree is expanding.
Yeah. But I don't know what we're doing right now. We're not. None of our guys are on the same page, and I don't know what to think about it. I mean, again, I've said several times on here, to me, it starts with Garrett Riley, and then some of the other position coaches.
Hold a moment. I have to make a quick announcement. Something that just happened. The AL Central is now tied. Cleveland and Detroit. Cleveland has beat Detroit, and it is deadlocked. And Cleveland holds the tiebreaker.
Crazy.
Dang.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, the Yankees are going to do that to the Blue Jays too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It has said if Cleveland hosts if Cleveland's in the playoffs, he's going to a game up there, and if they're playing the Yankees, then I'm going to be riding with Ed for that game or a game.
Donnie, you heard it here first. I think the Yankees are going to overtake the Blue Jays. I really do.
We'll see.
I take no joy in saying that, but I based on the way both teams are playing, I think it's very possible.
I hope we do, but again, just like with Clemson, I always hope we do well, but I don't ever try to get ahead of myself with anything.
I don't get ahead of myself with the Blue Jays either. I promise you. You know that.
Exactly. I think back to Clemson, just to finish my thought on the Syracuse game and the coaching staff. I mean, we need some fundamental changes on some of our staff. Again, I don't think Dabo's going anywhere. I think all this rhetoric about him, the game passing him by, and he needs to make change with the times. Blah 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 blah. That's all it is noise to me. He's not going anywhere unless he has a few years of down. There's no reason for him to go anywhere, and he's not the problem. I think I said this to you guys maybe last night or some other point too, but he's not the problem directly. He's the problem indirectly because he needs to make better choices on who he's got doing the work for him in the positions. So, this is one of those seasons just going to be a down season. I don't think it's, the sky is falling. I think we're going to win some games. I think we're going to do okay. I don't know where we're going to land as far as a bowl game, but it's not going to be a good one. Hell, we'll probably end up in Charlotte in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which would be just fine. It is what it is.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
That's cute. You guys think you're going to make a ball game? That's cute.
You don't want to. You want to see Dabo get the?
I think they'll get a few things turned around. Although the schedule is still favorable to us for the most part on paper. So we'll see.
Dabo's going to pay his way into the CFP. That's what he does.
Stop it. So we'll see. This is a throwaway season for me as far as like the whole scheme of things, the bigger picture. We'll have a down season. We'll turn around and there'll be low expectations next year, and then we'll come from behind and show everybody where we're really coming from. So
Charles Dickens said have great expectations.
And Matt TV says have lowered expectations.
Again, I don't think the transfer portal is the problem either. I mean, our best defensive player right now came through the portal. They're using the portal. They're selective with the portal, and that's what everybody should be. It's like somebody said, look at these teams that are going out and getting 60 and 70 players from the portal. It's not helping them. They're not any better because they got all these players. You have to be selective, and you have to get the right guys. And I'm tired of that narrative too, that it's about him not embracing the portal. I'm sick of the portal, to be honest with you, because I think it's just ruining college football. I think there needs to be limitations on it as well.
Yeah,
but he's using it the way it should be used, which is you select some players that are going to help you in positions. Maybe he should select a few more. Again, you got to get the players want to come here too. And if you're not going to get the playing time, then you're not going to come here. So Clemson will be just fine.
Thank you all for embracing the Go Pokes. It makes me very happy.
And Phil's probably not wrong with the Clemson USC game. Probably going to be coming down to making a bowl game by who wins that game. So
my question is, are you worried about Furman the week before?
No, not at all. Sorry, Phil. We're gonna. I'm not going to call anything. I'm not going to call anything because I'm not going to jinx it. But we played both of Phil's teams back to back last two games of the regular season. So Phil, better brace yourself for Thanksgiving weekend.
Man,
and the one before.
Phil, I just heard Donnie say Cade Klubnik is throwing for 500 yards.
That's what I heard.
Did you see that David Fry got hit in the face with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball by Scooble?
No.
He, as soon as, because he squared around a butt, and I'll send it to you guys, but as soon as it hit him, Scooble threw his hat off and just covered his face like it made him absolutely sick, because obviously, that wasn't what his intent was, but I just sent it over to you.
Oh, my gosh.
That you should see Scooble's reaction, Ramirez's reaction. Everybody's just absolutely.
Well, no one wants to see that.
Mm-mm.
Did you see that, Virgil?
Yeah, just pulled it up.
Scooble is just, he can't even, he's sick to his stomach.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn. That was like, oh, yeah, he's like.
Yeah, Scooble's sick to his stomach about it.
He threw his glove, his hat down, and everything. Like, oh,
yeah.
Shit. I mean, that looked like that looked like a punch to the face the way that ball came in there. Does he have a? I didn't even know. Did he have a flap on that helmet or no?
It wouldn't matter. Look how
because
he squared straight up
right.
to his.
Oh, prayers up for David Fry, man. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, that's a broken nose and/or eye socket. Okay.
He doesn't have a. But it wouldn't matter because it was.
It was square, like right in the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's up and walking around because that could also knock you out.
Oh yeah, that could have. Yeah, definitely.
Just the trauma from it, right? I mean, that's the. Oh, so glad he's up. But I mean, you're talking about, jaw, teeth, nose,
Yeah, at best, it's just a broken nose. It could be orbital bones and other things too.
Yeah.
So.
Not to speculate, but it's just
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
So to pivot back to college football for a minute.
Pivot.
Okay, Phil's inviting. His tailgate alone will be worth worth going to the Furman Clemson game. Come up and we'll eat and drink like kings. Okay, I might have to get the crown out and the robe, the purple robe, and everything.
Wouldn't that be eat and drink more like paladins?
Well, on for his side.
To his side.
Is the game at Furman? Is the game at Furman this year?
No, he'll be tailgating at Clemson.
Well,
you think we're going to go play at Furman? Really?
No, I didn't. That's why I was surprised. But I mean, but you've got one of those primo tailgate spots that you pay.
I don't.
Right?
I don't have any tailgate spot.
Yeah, I believe you completely.
So,
yeah, I would wear my purple robe, Phil, to rub it in. Just so you know.
Like
a big orange tiger paw on the back.
Like a
orange fur. Like orange tiger fur, orange and white tiger fur, and my big goblet and everything. Yeah, I'll come up there and tailgate like a king with Phil.
So there are 3 Power 4 coaches that have been fired as of today. My question is, who's going to be next?
We'll see.
I mean,
I wish it should be Trent Dilfer, but
yeah. Well, but Virgil said the other day that there's Alabama politics at play in that.
Yeah,
one.
there's politics afoot in that one.
Oh, I know.
I mean, who else is really?
You would have to.
I'll give you some
Pittman in Arkansas.
I was going to say that's what I was going to say. You would have to think that'd be the obvious one.
I mean, after losing the way they did in the last 2 weeks.
Well, let's hope they continue that trend because Notre Dame goes to Arkansas on Saturday.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
First time ever meeting. I wanted to go to that game, but we have some family stuff Saturday.
Is that really the first time?
I thought that's what I saw.
Why are they playing Arkansas?
Because Notre Dame plays whoever they want.
Well, I know, but I mean, I know they play 5 ACC schools, and then they have a couple of others. Like that's just random. They just decided to pick a random SEC school that they could fit in the schedule, or is there? I'm asking because I didn't know why they picked Arkansas.
I guess Mississippi State was busy.
Okay. I know they can play whoever they want. It just seemed like if you're going to play an SEC team, Arkansas wouldn't be the one you'd go after.
Well, no, but you're not going to get. Usually, Alabama and them are reserved for more of the bowl game type.
Yeah,
they usually don't play them in the regular season.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because they play like OU usually every few years, every like 5 or 6 years.
Not because I don't think Notre Dame will win, because I do think they will. That's just an intriguing game to me. That's not a matchup I really think about. So
I think it's going to be very high scoring.
Yeah.
Unless Notre Dame can clean up. I guess there was some yelling in the not yelling, maybe meetings this weekend about the defense and the defensive side of the ball. So hopefully they'll clean it up. But even then, I'm hopeful that we'll have a high enough offense that we can, because Arkansas's defense is really bad.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have another like Ole Miss Arkansas game where it was just trade touchdown for touchdown. So
well, at some point, Eric, in the next 12 years, you'll have to pick a Clemson Notre Dame game to come to, since we now have a 12-year through 2038 on the schedule.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
So there are 3 candidates, I would say, that could be next. Billy Napier at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Pittman at Arkansas that we already talked about. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Especially after that shambolic performance against Maryland.
Yeah, that drubbing against Maryland.
Let's see. I think it's going to come. I think it's going to come down to him or Napier. I'm not sure if Napier's going to survive.
I feel like with Napier, the schedule that he has may buy him some grace. Not a lot.
Well, especially the gauntlet he's in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got Texas A&M the next 2.
Yeah.
If they're not competitive, and then they got Mississippi State and Georgia. I mean, yeah, it's.
Well, the reason I'm saying Arkansas is Arkansas has a history of firing coaches mid-season.
That is true. I'm still kind of thinking Wisconsin because
and Wisconsin won't hesitate if they think a change is needed. But Luke Fickell for them was like a big time hire because no one expected Luke Fickell, who had his choice of jobs back at the time, to go to Wisconsin. That shocked everybody because he turned down arguably better opportunities before he took the Wisconsin job.
Right. Eric looked like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why they did it, but they paid to get Jeff Grimes from Kansas, and we could have told you that they weren't going to be very good. I don't know why they wanted him because he was terrible at KU, and so you can see how bad he is now with Wisconsin. And so, I mean, obviously you have to blame somebody, but I would say Grimes is a lot of at fault too because he's just not a good coordinator.
That's a good point.
But do you think Hot Rod bicycle guy or motorcycle guy will take over if Pittman's gone, since he's running their offense right now?
I mean, that's the most hilarious answer.
I mean, their offense is good, but they're I mean, good enough. I mean, they probably could have beat Ole Miss. They definitely should not have lost to Memphis.
Yeah. They kind of have that same problem about fumbling on big fourth down drives. And like I said, the Memphis game, they should have won. Like 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you happen to look it up? I'm pretty sure I saw somebody say that was Arkansas Notre Dame's first. I don't ever remember playing them. And then that game you like to talk about, the Fiesta Bowl 2022, that was the first ever matchup between Oklahoma State and Notre Dame. And because of that, I was like, we got to go to that. So we ended up going just because it was the first ever matchup between the two, or, Shannon and I's two schools.
Yeah, I was looking at possibly going to that, but it just wasn't in the cards, sadly. So just enjoyed it at the house. And go ahead.
Phil's getting married. Congratulations, Phil.
He's not wrong about weddings during football season should be outlawed.
At least have the courtesy to do it on a bye week.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you're at, and if your teams are on bye, then that's okay. That's one thing.
Listen, some of these teams have tough matchups against open date.
It's true.
So let's talk about some of the other games that do not encapsulate our teams, and I want to talk about. I think what many people find is the most surprising result this weekend: Illinois at Indiana. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, I know all of you guys picked Illinois, but don't give me that look, Patrick. I'm not going to go with the way you're thinking I'm going. But it looked like everybody did. All the panel except for McAfee picked Illinois. I think on the Fox side, everybody's picked Illinois. Why? I guess I don't understand why people were sleeping on Indiana. That was the reason why, but I was not expecting that score, but I thought Indiana was going to win handily.
I mean, I hadn't seen Indiana really impress and do a whole lot against good teams, and I thought Bielema had a pretty good team that I thought they'd be more competitive. I mean, that's just kind of me. I hadn't seen anything from Indiana. I mean, last year where they had the record they did, made the playoffs, but oh my gosh, get this guy off of here, especially with that nonsense name in here.
The guy that shows up whenever he wants.
Yeah.
You don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, we already talked about it. We've moved on.
What? Guardians in first? What?
Yeah.
Oh,
and by the way, we're trying to figure out where your fan club is.
Don't you worry about it. They're around. They'll be around when I say they are.
If they show up, then I know Ed bought some bots.
Exactly. Yep. He's got to turn it on.
Do you know that'll be hilarious as hell, right?
That would be hilarious.
I am watching our Twitch numbers right now to see if they increase. Like I'm looking.
I want to know how is my favorite pod. I haven't seen Jolly say how's my favorite podcast doing tonight.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. They're coming. They're coming because they didn't see me. They didn't see me, so that's why they're not here. But hey, listen, all that matters is yours truly is here. Okay. The number one Cleveland guy, okay? The one that beat the Green Bay Packers. the one that beat the Detroit Motor City Kitties, and now we're in first place, and the one that lost in the fantasy football by 3 points. That's me, guys.
Because you didn't start Cam Ward, the guy you drafted. You had to go pick somebody else up.
I did. That's some stupid bullshit, ain't it?
Not for me. I enjoyed it.
I'm sure you did. It came down to the end. My boy got me almost 30 points. I almost edged it out, but it's okay though.
No, I was another Derrick Henry fumble away from losing that game.
Derrick Henry was.
I mean, it's not the QBs, but you're on your 25th running back. So,
but hey, listen, who's counting, right?
Sean Judkins.
Patrick is actually.
I am.
Well, that's embarrassing.
I just keep a depth chart of Browns players, in my notebook.
Yeah, well, listen. All I know is Cleveland is in first place. No other team in Major League Baseball history has ever come back from 15.5 down, and now they're leading in the division. And by the way, I saw your clip that you put on David Fry. Holy,
yeah. We were talking about that. Did you see with Scooble? He was sick to his stomach.
He's like, what would you? It was like, oh my god.
And yeah, they showed Ramirez, and he was like, oh my goodness, like. Because Donnie's like, well, did he have a flap? And I said, it didn't matter. It was straight on.
Straight to the face. Yeah, it hit him right here. Like it was like right between the eye and the ear.
And like you said, it's not like he threw an off-speed pitch. I mean, that was a heater.
That was a straight heater. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, Scooble is a hell of a pitcher, and he was trying to get the dude out.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just wanted to stop by and just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? How about them Guardians? You know what I'm saying? That's all.
So you're going to dine and dash is what you're telling us?
No. I'm here for you, baby. Listen, I got my setup. Oh, I knew that was you. I see it.
And Jimmy's saying, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Good one.
Los Gumbo. Right there. I see you, baby. Finally, it's Ed. See, I see you. You created your own,
Oh, no, I've had that for like 2 years. So, like,
did you?
I thought about seeing if I can link my Twitch to the show some way.
You can. Yeah, we can set it up.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah, I'm all about it, baby.
We already talked about NFL games. So we're currently in college, and we were talking about Illinois and Indiana.
Can I give you my one surprise in the NFL?
Sure, go ahead.
The Carolina Panthers put in that ass whooping on the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Hot damn! Listen, I think I had the Panthers, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, you and I picked the Panthers.
There's something about the Carolina Panthers just playing good all of a sudden. Now, again, is it sustainable? We don't know yet. You know what I mean? They went against an Atlanta Falcons team that was kind of like right now. So, but anyways, Eric, I love your NWA, and Ramirez is not overrated.
He is, but did you tell him the standings? I mean, surely he knows.
Oh, about the picks.
There's Patrick Larson.
Yes, Ed, we went over the picks, and sadly, you have finished last at 16 and 16.
Well, of course I was going to finish last. Did you see the stupid picks that I made?
Well, but you split 500. You were 16 and 16, so it could have been worse.
You only won one of the ones that you went on your own.
But this led to a problem because somebody on this panel is questioning the integrity of my spreadsheet.
Could it be Mr. NWA himself?
Well, so here's what we talked about. Do you go back and do you write down all the picks? He's watching PORN a little too loud, so he has to turn that down.
No, I already put it on mute.
You know it doesn't show up on the bill, right? It doesn't show the name.
Yeah, I put it on mute already, bro. Come on,
night nurses.
I'm watching some Splittermax.
No, but like, do anybody besides Virgil keep track, or do we go back to like, did he really match up and say, go back and watch like Thursday's show and see what he picked versus what actually happened? Do we go and validate all those picks?
If you want to do that,
I trust Virgil.
See, because this guy's saying that because you took second. If you took last, you would be like, let me look it up.
Ed, did you just switch to Guardians of the Cosmic Galaxy?
I did.
Okay. I will make this a public Google Drive spreadsheet for transparency.
Once he makes his changes, then he'll then he'll go.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't go back because why would I not believe Virgil? You know what I mean? For Virgil to go and through all this trouble of going through all the picks and looking at the FCS, looking at FBS, some Division II, right? Spending all that time on the over-unders and going to a certain page to look for over-unders on the list that's not on ESPN, that's a lot of work to be cheating.
Phil knows, so Little Big League, great line from that movie.
I'm just looking for a baseball game.
Well, the Mets and
Cubs.
Cubs, thank you.
Yeah, Mets have already. Cubs were up 6-1. Mets didn't come back and take a lead.
Yeah, they came back and tied it. Yeah, I just put it on that
way.
And Cincinnati
on YouTube, did you know you can watch Little Big League for free with ads on YouTube? Yeah, I'll send you the link.
I think I have it saved on DVR still from way back in the day.
Well, if you don't, let me know because I'll send you the link to the Little Big League link on YouTube.
No, I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
That was like one of the first ones I felt like watching that where the so-called villain won.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, you always have the good guys finish first in movies. Not always, but that was the first movie to me. I felt like the villain or the bad guy actually won at the end of that. Obviously, it's been out a while. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but how that ended, I kind of was like, wow, there wasn't a happy ending at that movie.
Right. It was more realistic in that way.
So, Ed, do you have any thoughts to the happenings in college football from Saturday?
The Indiana game was wild. I did not expect it to go the way it did. I thought it was gonna. If Illinois was gonna lose, I didn't think they were gonna lose that bad.
Mm-hmm.
That was embarrassing. I want to touch on. I know you probably guys already did this, and I do apologize, producer, but this might hurt a little bit. But firing Mike Gundy today does absolutely nothing. Like if you were going to fire him as soon as the game is over or the day after. You're firing him on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense because you're already planning for your next game on a Saturday. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. Why wait?
Yeah.
So Oklahoma State has a history of dragging their feet with decisions. The fact that it happened on a Tuesday and not 3 weeks later, which is what I was expecting, is improvement. Like if it was up to me, I would have left his ass in the tarmac at Eugene.
That's what I'm saying. Get rid of him that night. Say, hey, listen, we're going to go in a different direction, and then be done and get it over with, right? Just rip the Band-Aid. But the fact that you waited till he could get home Sunday, right? Come back on Monday, start having meetings and meet with the team, and then you fire him on a Tuesday afternoon. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you fire him Saturday night, and it comes out Sunday morning on all the. Everybody's starting to talk about NFL, and the first story they talk about is Mike Gundy got fired last night. Yeah, that's what
maybe give it what 5-10 minutes of a discussion on ESPN, but then you move on to the NFL. It would have been the perfect time for you to do that. Bury it in other news, but no.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted this buried. Was my guess. Because especially with the way how. He's an institution in Oklahoma State. Like he's been there for 20 plus years. If that happened on a Sunday where it's not really talked about, I feel like that's not really what they would have done.
True.
So I think to have more eyes on it on a Tuesday and let them know, hey, this job is now open, I think is what kind of the reason why. So I see where you're coming from, Ed. That's a good point. But I think looking at it looking at it from optics level of it, I understand why they did it today.
No, and I don't disagree with that. I get it. I understand why they did it. But again, I'm just looking at it from the optics point of view. I'm looking at it from the point of view of you already started planning for your next game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like an NFL coach being fired after you come home from after a loss. You wait 2 days and then you're like, all right, we're going to move on. And, this interim coach, he's in charge now. He's not a man, okay? He's a man. You got to give him that respect. So, but anyways, that was my takeaway. I wish I had my computer in front of me, but I'm using my iPad for the show.
Well, I mean,
I was going to say back to what you first said, Virgil, about why everybody was picking Illinois. I think everybody just thought maybe last year was an anomaly for Indiana. They didn't really. They didn't. Not that either one of them played anybody to start the season much, but I just think that it was just one of those things where it's like Illinois feels like they're going to be the better team this year, and Indiana might be okay, but Illinois was going to be heading into a big TV matchup against Southern Cal next week as well.
You think?
That was. I mean, the game. They got the game on TV, and I think it was just kind of like everybody was expecting Illinois is going to they're going to beat Indiana, move on, and then we're going to have this big, Southern Cal, Illinois Big Ten matchup, and it's like Indiana's like hold my beer, so we'll change that.
It's such a bad loss that they dropped 14 spots.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because Indiana was a great story last year. I just think everybody was like looking, just like put that in the past as like, okay, well, Indiana's not really, it's not. They didn't see them as being the same caliber again this year. Because I mean, they beat Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. I mean, they clobbered those other the second two teams. And it was like, they haven't really played anybody. And sure, they put up a lot of points, but those teams aren't that good. So I would not want to be Iowa this week, Mike Grell.
See, I'm actually kind of curious in that because Iowa looked really good against Rutgers. Yeah. So I'm going to be curious.
Those are one of the picks that I had wrong.
What was that?
Those are one of the picks that I had wrong. I had Rutgers.
Wrong, yes. Let me see. Was there any other games I had on my list to talk about that we did not touch? Texas Tech did beat Utah. That was really their first big test.
Utah did not look good.
Utah has been more of a defensive team, so they've really kind of had a downturn. They had a downturn last year. I thought they were going to be a little bit better than that, but that did not come to fruition. I still am kind of suspect on Tech's quarterback.
Yeah.
But we'll see from there. But, good deserved win. Anyone watch Auburn at Oklahoma with the controversy with the wide receiver play?
Oh, the Johnny Manziel move?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that should have been an illegal play. That was an illegal play that was not called. Donnie, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I saw that play after the fact yesterday that they were talking about. You're talking about the one where the guy was pretending to be off to the sideline?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because technically you're supposed to give the opposing team a chance to sub out because you subbed out somebody. So they kind of like waited until the very end and then they started to play. So that in and of itself was an illegal play.
Well, did they actually sub out or did they pretend to sub out?
They pretended to sub out.
They pretended to sub out.
Okay.
But of course, the other game I want to talk about, I'll sum it up like this: death, taxes. Nebraska can't beat a ranked team at home.
Nope.
This was probably their best chance to do it. Of course, Matt Rule's there, so he's expecting a little different. They've got Patrick Diet Mahomes as the quarterback, and
don't compare me to him.
I just look like him and do everything that he does, except for win. So,
Virgil, thanks for saying the rule of thumb is that Nebraska loses at home.
I mean, you saw the game,
Yep.
or at least saw the score line. That's kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting. I thought Michigan was going to win. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little more Michigan pulling away, but in the end,
Michigan's not impressed me at all this year. I don't care what everybody says. They have not been impressive at all this year.
no.
And I was just going to look at this quick because I was just looking at it.
30-27.
Yeah, I mean, again,
that game was on. I went to a brewery in Garden City, and that game was up there. But I was kind of watching a little bit, but that was the same time that the KU game was going on. So I had my phone just up on the bar, just watching that since they didn't want it. I'm like, bro, I know Western Kansas by Colorado, but put the KU game on. Like, come on, people. but I did see a little bit of that Nebraska and Michigan game. I think I picked Michigan if I remember right.
You did.
I
Yeah,
picked
I
Nebraska.
think Nebraska.
I think
Or, I
Nebraska.
mean, you may have. I don't know. I just make it think that they go.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But the fact that, like, you only scored only 30 points and you let Nebraska, which, by the way, cannot be the ranked team, right? We're talking about Nebraska. They cannot be the ranked team. You let them score 27 points. Michigan is not a good team.
Well,
And yet
Nebraska's
they
got no business being in the Big Ten. They, in my opinion, that was just the dumbest move ever when they moved to the Big Ten.
Where should they
Was it-
go? The Pac-10?
Well, they should have either stayed in the Big 12.
No.
I bet you.
No returns,
Nope, we don't want them.
except
Yeah,
for Colorado that one time.
Well, I'm
Go
just
back-
saying
go
they
back to
should.
the Big 12. Go back to the
They
Big
should have
12.
never left the Big 12. But I don't. They don't seem like a Big Ten team to me. They just don't fit.
They don't. They really don't. I agree.
Just
with
like
you.
Maryland. Maryland has no business being in the Big Ten either. But
I still have to pause and remember that they're in the Big Ten.
I mean, I guess they're happy that they're collecting a lot of money. But to me, Nebraska and not to get off on too much of a tangent, but them and Maryland have been so irrelevant in all sports since they moved to the Big Ten.
Donnie wants Maryland and wants to invite Nebraska to the ACC.
No,
I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of Nebraska
Hey,
out of the Big Ten. I want to get rid of Maryland, and I want to get rid of Rutgers out of the Big Ten.
yeah, I mean, Maryland should have never left the ACC to begin with either. But it is what it is. And again, all the realignment that's happening now. Eventually, all this is going to settle into some other kind of regional breakouts. But
I mean, well, Rutgers can't go back to their conference. Their conference is kind of gone.
True.
right,
Let me see.
You heard it here first. Samford in the ACC.
Sanford. That's good.
I saw somebody posted something on social media the other day. They had seen the Stanford Cardinal 18-wheeler going through Tennessee, and they posted Stanford Cardinal making that 3,000-mile trek for a conference game.
Yeah, they went at Virginia and lost 40.
Yeah, I'm like,
How
that's so
about
stupid.
Vandy though? Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they're
No. Are you actually want to talk about Vanderbilt? Or are you just trying to rub in the fact that it was Georgia State?
No,
Yeah,
dude,
that's what he's trying to do.
dude, they put a 70 point on this thing, man.
who do
It's
they
Georgia
have
State.
Alabama? Who do they have coming up?
It's not Alabama because
Vanderbilt has Utah
Right.
State,
and then Alabama.
and then Alabama, then Alabama, LSU, Missouri, Texas. After
That's
Utah
when we'll know whether or not
Yeah.
Vanderbilt is for real.
Alabama's got Georgia this week,
Yeah,
That's right. That should be a
Huge
pretty
game.
and
good
it
game.
is Georgia's blackout game. So
That should be a good game. They're both kind of
Like-
equal play.
Like what their players do when they drive, like that type of blackout.
this blackout actually involves the fans too.
Oh, okay, they can also
They can also
black out and drive. Okay,
Yeah.
It's a Georgia thing.
but don't actually do that.
You would think after all that they would probably want to change the name to that, but just my opinion.
I hope I see a game day sign that says "Don't black out and drive."
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No.
We're not. Nope. It really happened.
Do I hit
Oy.
breaking news button again?
That's not a good score, Patrick.
No, the Yankees get a tie game with a wild pitch.
Yeah, you missed. Virgil came out with the breaking news little logo to announce your guys' game. I didn't know that game was already over. When did it start?
6:40.
Yeah, it was one of the earlier ones. It was like halfway through the fifth when we came on.
Yeah.
Huh.
Unbelievable, man.
How about that though? Like, I mean, I thought I was like, oh my god, we're losing 2-0, and then it was 2-1, and I'm like, oh, here we go, So the fact that, like, again, and I know this is, Eric doesn't agree with me, but the fact that, like, 15 and a half down to come back and now be at the top of the division, that is massive. And now you have also, by the way, Houston. If the playoffs started today, Houston is out.
No, I think it's funny though how Detroit potentially, last year nobody thought anything of them. They came on late and made a run, and this year potentially being so far up and then just blowing that huge lead.
Well, they were still premature. They pre.
Listen, I don't have anything else college football wise to talk about. Like I said, we do have 2 games that are Friday games that we're going to pick next week with a bunch of other ones. But let's go to baseball for a minute since we got it here now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we start need to having the conversation that Detroit may miss the playoffs?
No, I think they're going to get in. I think they've done enough to get in.
Can I get back to you once the Cleveland Detroit series is over?
No.
I think they're in. I think Cleveland is in. I think Cleveland wins the division. Detroit gets the wild card, and I think Houston is the one that stays out.
Yeah. I think the Yankees win the division in the East, and
didn't you guys have a lead? What happened?
You still got to be relaxed.
It's
relax. We got 6 or 5 games. I think you're going to win the division. Yankees are going to be the 1 seed.
Not the way we're playing.
What happened on Friday? Since we're talking baseball, you can thank Virgil for this. What happened on Friday?
Oh, the team that you always say is terrible put up 20 runs.
Yeah, and who was the starter?
What's that?
Who was the starter?
I wish it was Chris Bubich.
Oh, well, no. It was Scherzer.
Oh, you're talking about Max Scherzer? Yeah. He lasted a third of an inning, giving up 7 runs. Yeah, I know.
I told you, the funniest part about that was that my brother had to walk 20 miles on Saturday. I bet he's thankful that it wasn't a weeknight game.
Yeah, I said because it was worth it to take that loss just for that.
Because what if it was like a Tuesday night game and then come Wednesday he has to work and then try to fit in 20 miles somehow? So at least for him, he had all day Saturday because it was a Friday night. They only scored.
I got to take sick leave to go walk 20 miles.
They scored 2 on Saturday, so only had to do 2 Sunday. They scored 5 Sunday for yesterday, and then they were off yesterday, so he didn't have to do any today. And they've already scored 2 tonight against the Angels.
Hey, props to Joe. I mean, he got about 10 of those miles in by noon on Saturday.
Zach and I were getting ready to head out the door to go to Garden City, which is 3 hours, 15 minutes here. It takes longer to get out there, which, obviously going western Kansas out by Colorado versus we have to go north to get up to Kansas City. It took longer to get out there than it does to get to Kansas City, which is just nuts, crazy to me. But yeah, he messaged at 9:00 as we're getting ready to heading out the door. He's like 5 miles in. So he must have started at 8:00 in the morning. Yeah, he was already 5 miles in by the time we were leaving on the road at 9.
That's impressive.
Yeah, next time you should have him base his miles off of teams that play Lincoln University because of the 90-0 game from Idaho State.
Oh my gosh. We have to add that into the Monday show, the watch. That has to become a thing.
I don't know. I'd really not.
I want to find out who they play each week.
Hey, respect Doug Gottlieb, okay?
I really don't want to give light to a scummy college like that, but
I think it's a
Oh.
So we'll see.
I mean, it's not like we're on, ESPN or something.
No, that's true. That's true.
Maybe one day. One day.
By the way, I was right. I just want to say that I was right. Either UAB were going to fire their head coach or Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I know people said Dilfer first, and I told you why Dilfer was not going to be fired.
You were right.
So
Trent Gilbert.
He should be next, though.
My aunt she gets the Dilbert calendar every year for Christmas.
I love Dilbert, man.
She always, I think she has the little 365 tear page off everyone. She gets that every year for Christmas.
Listen, listen, right before the new year starts, half price.
Best time.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso has a very small glove.
You're looking at his what?
The glove.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my hotel room, by the way.
Did Zach ever get your tight end?
No, he didn't. Still waiting.
Do you realize if you made that trade with him, you probably would have won?
Probably. Now I'm looking for another quarterback, just so you guys know.
I'm looking for most of an entire new team because all my guys are out.
It's crazy. I love it, though. I love chaos.
I'll trade you, Trevor.
No, man, I don't want Trevor.
He would have won you the game yesterday.
Trevor can't even get along with his own head coach.
You would have won yesterday.
Fuck out of here.
Trevor said to Cohen, he said,
I mean, fuck, get out of here. Shut up.
Man. Yeah.
Go
You're messing
coach somebody.
you're messing with my vibe, man. You're killing my vibe.
Trevor, I never seen Trevor do that ever. But Trevor was like, man, get out.
So in the NL wild card race, Cincinnati has lost to Pittsburgh, and so Mets and Cubs are tied. Keep an eye on that.
So if the Cubs win, then Cincinnati's still ahead because of the
tiebreaker. Yes,
the tiebreaker. God. You know what's crazy, Phil? I'm gonna be there Sunday in Asheville.
"You're gonna get us some stuff."
I'll stop by the store, see what they have by the team store.
Better check. I don't know if they're open and with all the renovations they're doing, Ed. At least, especially with it being off season, they may not even have it open.
I think they have on their store website that it's closed for renovation still, but I don't know if that's been updated or not.
Yeah, I don't either. Just double check it.
Congratulations, Donnie.
You gotta hold on. Give me 1 minute here.
I'm trying to look. I don't see it.
Do it. I'm waiting, producer. I'm waiting. Joe.
Trust me, Joe. I feel the same way. The White Sox are useless.
Yeah, we've known this.
All right, so let's see what signage we want to buy here.
Become an email subscriber.
Caution foul ball. I could see Donnie getting one of those.
I can too. Donnie's going to be like bidding on all these things.
He's pulling it out right now. He already has one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Please do not play on wall.
Yes.
I like that. Please do not play on wall. That's fun.
I was gonna make sure it's on my hat.
I want that. I want that family restroom with the moon man.
Ooh, the high affiliate banner.
I like the home of the tourist one. That one's already got 7 bids.
Yikes.
Men. Get that men bathroom. Get that bed.
So is this kind of insinuating that they're probably changing the logo?
Not
No,
necessarily.
Not necessarily. I just think the renovations are probably just I mean,
Who's gonna do all new?
That's fair.
Hey, hold on. Go back. Moonshot Sundays. I need that, or Paul needs that. One of us needs that. That Moonshot Sundays little banner.
Nothing for the Moonshiners Drought House.
I mean, that's
nice.
cool.
That says Donnie all over that one. But to your point, Virgil, why didn't they go back to the teddy bear?
Bro, they need to do more of that. Donnie and I talked about that when we went out there this summer. Like, why don't they use more? They need to do more of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Use it more.
What else we got?
They should, man.
Donnie, remember those flags that we're trying to get blowing with the wind?
We're trying to get a good picture of them blowing.
Oh, I might like one of those.
That road to the show, that is sweet.
I like that one too.
Geez, those are some good ones.
State Fair experience. The moon landing.
Take me out to the ball game banner.
2 moon landings and tourist trap. Oh, the lineup sign.
I could use that for my Sandlot team.
You already be sponsored by Red Wolf.
So, Phil, they had that I got it in a helmet, and I was going to laugh if Donnie didn't get it in a helmet either. But I'd almost say probably the deep fried moon pie.
Yeah, that's deep fried moon pies. That was one of the best dessert baseball field desserts I had all year long.
That
Actually,
welcome
probably
to,
one of the best foods overall.
that welcome to McCormick Field sign is really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, and it's already, there's still 4 days left. You know that all these prices are going to go up, way up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think on everything, but definitely a few things.
No, my favorite's the Welcome to McCormick Field. I think though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the flags.
Yeah. So Donnie, how many of these have you just done the buy now thing instead of bidding?
Yeah. Not.
The
any.
one thing I'm noticing, I'm going on the website traffic site.
Because Donnie will drive. Donnie will drive to go pick them up.
A lot of the traffic is coming from Lexington, South Carolina.
I have family that can go pick it up.
Well, or would you send Smithers to go pick it up?
No, you don't. You don't have family that'll go get stuff. We've tried that already, and you're like, no, they won't.
Oh, if I've already bought it, they will.
Let me check that out.
Oh, so Holsinger, they actually, I think they might have pulled them because they actually got some in stock that they put in their store. So I think maybe they might have pulled them for their local fans to be able to get the first run, which makes sense. I mean, I get that. So I don't know. I've not talked to them, but I would imagine that would make sense because you're going to want to let the stock be for your local fans so they can wear the gear around and promote the team.
Now that we have like a couple of days under our belt with this brand, do we still like it?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm still warming up to the name. It's okay.
It's a mouthful.
I like it better than I did when they first announced the name, but I've always liked the logos.
Ed.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
Just making sure.
Figured I'd see if anybody would catch that.
Trust me, we know.
No, yeah, you're not gonna get that past me on Eric. No, you're not gonna get past that one, buddy. I just think that, yeah, I think the name is too long, in my opinion. Other than that, I don't mind it. I like it.
Is it? I don't feel like it's too long. I mean, it's only 4 syllables, and that's kind of the trend with a lot of these names.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I like the yellow ONT hat as well. I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, see, now you got me looking at minor league teams to see who has the longest name.
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
That's a good start.
That's a really good start, actually.
Sugarland Space Cowboys.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Inland Empire 66ers.
Yeah, Delmarva Shorebird is not long in number of names, but it just seems like it takes a while to say it.
You have to work for it.
Joe, it depends on who's saying Ontario and how they're saying it.
New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Fort Myers Mighty Muscles.
Scranton,
Mighty
Wilkes-Barre Rough Riders.
Rail, not rough.
Rail Riders.
But see,
Frisco Rough Riders.
I don't mind the Rail Riders.
The Rail Riders, the only problem with that one is that it's Scranton Wilkes-Barre is the problem. They can't, someone just take over the other at this point.
Yeah. Well, and what sucks is their hockey team, it's backwards. It's the other way. Their hockey team is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Is it the Penguins? I think it's the Penguins in the AHL.
Riders Rails.
I was just thinking the same thing.
If we're going backwards.
The Mighty Muscles need to go back to the Miracle.
Yeah. I
agree.
Just talked to a guy last night about that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Mighty Muscles. I don't like it at all, actually. I don't like their logo. I don't like their name. I don't like their colors. I don't like any of it.
It is the Penguins, by the way.
Penguins, yeah, okay.
See, Northwest Arkansas Naturals. That's another one. But Ontario, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Albuquerque Isotopes is not the longest.
Holsinger, Wichita Winds are just kind of long.
Any comments from that, Mr. Season ticket holder for the Wichita Win Search?
Mm-mm.
Wait, who
It's
has-
actually long. It's actually
has
longer
season
the
ticket?
way he says it because it has
And former
ticket holder,
baseball player
season
for the
ticket holder
Wichita Fury.
added to it.
Yeah. Wait, who has Win-Surge season tickets?
Nobody.
Okay.
They're not playing. There's no season going on.
It's me. I have season tickets for Wichita.
What?
Because
It's me.
you know
I'm
me
the
as Mr.
problem.
Wichita over there.
You know who he shares those with?
Let's see. Is it have something to do with 128 and 175?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are those the sections that they sit in?
That's
Yeah.
good.
Straight
That's
section
good.
175.
That's
Oh,
good.
God.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's your game. You let me know.
Mm-mm.
See, what happened was
Yeah,
Lynn says "Swing of the Quad Cities" is another one
that's a good one.
long one.
No.
I
Yeah.
didn't mind the swing on the Quad Cities.
I love that logo, man. You know who else does? Tennis Boy.
Yeah, Sellers.
Yeah,
Mike
so
Sellers,
he
yeah.
wore that hat at the Dogs game.
He
Yeah.
wore the hat and the jersey.
And the
He
jersey.
did. Guess who told him? Guess who told him about that hat?
I thought he wore a Florence Y'all's jersey.
Mm-mm.
I thought he had the Quad
He had
Cities
the
one.
Quad Cities. Oh, we're talking about minor league baseball. Oh,
I guess in college baseball, Notre Dame Fighting Irish would be a long baseball name. Are they
What about the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers?
whoa! Slow your roll. That is a nice name.
But it's a
I'm
long
not-
name.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad name. I'm saying it's a long name. I have no problem with that. I love that logo.
Remember, long name does not mean bad name.
Yeah, long is not bad. So
True.
There was at least one at one time the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Oh God. I need to go to sleep. The Amarillo Sod Poodles. Sod Poodle? Poodle?
Poodle.
Poodle.
But
Poodle.
before we go, guys, we have a pick to make.
All right, let's go.
All right. Okay, so we got one Thursday game, and it is it's a game. Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle.
Gotta record this to make sure I know what you're picking.
Seattle is a 1.5 point favorite over under. Just go back and watch the archive. 43.5.
That's too easy.
And this is a 50-50 on the predictor. So who wants to go first? I will go ahead and say Cardinals looked very underwhelming.
Yeah, I know.
the
I got
49ers,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
and still almost had a chance to win that game.
Okay, so we were talking earlier about some of these players. What is wrong with him?
Jesus Christ.
I don't. I think
Zero.
that's.
Zero.
I think that's an OC problem. People trying to say it's a Kyler Murray problem. I don't believe it.
Did
it's
you
more
say
of a-
OC?
Yes, OC.
No, it's a Jonathan Gannon problem.
Oh, you go Gannon. Okay, that's fair.
Listen, I'm going to pull out my inner Eric Prophet here. Jonathan Gannon is terrible.
Do you want me to full screen this? Do you want to go on a rant?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this. Go.
Jonathan Gannon has no business being a head coach in the National Football League. He's terrible.
What is he doing? What are we doing?
He is terrible.
Thought that was going to go a little bit longer, but okay.
Yeah, that was underwhelming. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It was short and sweet and to the point. So
Was it?
I mean I think people liked it. I don't know.
I mean, it gained 3 viewers, so that's a plus. All right. So who would like to go first?
Always good to have viewers.
Give me the Seahawks.
Okay. Ed has said the Seahawks. Eric.
Seahawks.
He has said the Cardinals.
See, I knew that's the reason why I always finish. I knew it.
Patrick.
Oh my God.
Give me the Seahawks.
Oh, that's too good.
Donnie.
I'll take the Cardinals at home.
Yeah, I'm siding with Cardinals on this. I know Seahawks looked really good against the Saints, but like, who doesn't?
But it's the Saints.
Series of the
It's amazing how he's going to have like a flying bird, and it's going to change. It could change on Tuesday.
Mets just got a 2-run homer.
Yeah, they did.
All right, so that is it for our NFL game.
By the way, if I'm in a Cubs game and the opposing player hits a home run and I'm the one to catch it in the outfield at a Cubs game, everybody in that section can suck it. I am not going to throw that ball back. There's
Exactly.
no way. No.
The only thing I'm throwing is hands at that point.
Yeah, I'm throwing fists at Cubs. No.
Did y'all see the video of the guy, was it maybe a week ago, that did a switcheroo?
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that.
That was hilarious.
You got me messed up. I ain't giving away my man. Get out of here.
All right, so
I'll be throwing birds at everybody.
like actual like frozen turkeys, or
Could be if they let
Perfect.
them in.
all right.
But
I
you
would
remember-
take a Savannah Bananas yellow ball to the game and throw that back on the field.
Do you remember Mr. Bean? The
Oh, yeah.
movie? All the way, the whole way.
So it's time of wrapping up. Let's see what you guys got going on in your shows. Patrick, are you still on a hiatus?
I am.
All right. Ed, what do you got going on?
This week it is the Family Values episode of 5 Question, where my daughter and CFO of Dad Hat Industries was on the podcast.
That was the
very
fastest.
nice.
That was the fastest 5 questions ever.
Right?
Hey, listen, they wanted to answer it. I didn't give them. Remember, when there's 5 questions, there is no time limit or minimum or maximum. It's just however you want to answer it.
No, I was just saying on me. It was just fast, or just as funny. You're just going through them quick with her.
Dude, watch the video and you'll see why.
I would just listen to it.
Watch the video. This kid was all over the place.
Eric, what about on EFA?
So tomorrow, Johnny and I are heading on in front average up to Frederick to see or talk to Gus Balow, who is the voice of the Frederick Keys. Talks a little bit about obviously being in the independent league, but now, or a partner league, but now they're going to be affiliated. So we're talking about that a little bit. So check out tomorrow, Gus Balow with the Frederick Keys.
They still don't they own also the Spire City Ghost Towns?
Yes. Attain Sports, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was curious if that ever. I don't know what the situation was.
They actually own the Ironbirds as well. So they own.
Oh, that's
both.
they do own Ironbirds. That's right.
Yeah, they own Ironbirds, Keys, and the Ghost Towns.
The Ghost Hounds went on hiatus, I think, because of the odd number of teams in the league, right?
Right.
Correct.
So I don't know if that's going to change and come back or not. It was kind of like, we'll see.
Am I right in saying basically Aberdeen's just going to take their place,
Pretty much.
Frederick's place?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, they're showing a Big 12 commercial and Gundy was on it, so they got to redo that now.
Man.
Donnie, do you have anything?
Nope, just work this week. Working
Work this
tonight. I'm heading out here in a few minutes. Just work this week. I'll be back on here Thursday night.
I am working on a Excel macro that will give Eric all the wrong answers. So that should be pretty fun.
You should make it a randomizer.
What was that?
Make it a randomizer.
No, because the randomizer gives it a chance he may actually win.
True story.
I can't have that.
Virgil, you're going for that three-peat?
Going for that three-peat.
Yeah, we for sure know. And that's when it's going to be. If he gets 3-0, we for sure know that he's rigging the system.
Or maybe I'm just good at picks.
No, we know that. And Ed, he comes on just like Patrick. He's like, I know nothing about fantasy. I'm just 3-0, and I'm the best.
I did not pull that poor me shtick. I'm just saying I have scored under 100 twice.
It was literally your team name week 1.
Yes, and I changed it because I realized that's a long ass name to say.
All I'm gonna say is that I am here for the chaos. So Ed will be picking some crazy games again. and I'm all for this.
I'm still going through my list of college games. I've got about 12 good ones. I need about 3 more to round it out.
Can we include a Division II in there just for Eric?
No, I don't really want to deal with profits bitching about it.
Maybe a Ferris State, Mount Union,
I'll do Pittsburgh State.
Hey, you know who had 3 touchdowns the other day?
Who?
Their tight end.
Mm-mm.
Luke, not related to Noah, but kind of in the same context.
Okay.
But we'll see. If I can't find any good FCS games, which I'm looking because I am, I'll add a D2 game.
You will find a good FCS game. You will. There's some really good ones. I saw a couple of good ones this week, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, maybe I'll add Friends University. They have a football team, right? Maybe. We'll see.
Of Central Kansas.
Yep.
Look at you.
See, exactly. We'll even put a Kansas D2 game in here so you can act like you can play along.
He'll get all excited for that, right?
Right.
Like, okay, I'll take that.
No, bait and switch and put Grand Valley State and said, well, thank you all for joining tonight. This was a fun episode. Looking forward to hanging out with you again on Thursday. So have a good night. We'll see you guys later.
Go Guards.
Night.